All right. Welcome everyone to another um session of gaming. Today, I don't know where you are joining me from, but where I am right now, it is -4 degrees, and so as you can imagine, it is very cold. And looking to find out what I should jump into, one game that has been a bit, I guess, controversial. I don't know if that's a bit of a strong word to use. But Rue Valley has been making the rounds lately. Um, it has received mixed reviews. Let's just say. And from it, I think it's because a lot of people seem to say that it's heavily inspired by Disco Elysium. I haven't looked to find out if the developers and the writers of the game have themselves say that. But that's been the conclusion of the folks on the internet, that it was inspired by that game. But it is a narrative RPG where you do make your own choice. To some extent, I think that's where the criticism come from. That apparently you do make some choices, in that there's some dialogue choice, there's some interactions, but eventually it doesn't really matter. Some comments have said at the end of the day it's linear, but the game sort of tricks you into thinking that it's not. And but what's interesting, I guess, it's just a parallel that there is you have a unique personality system, and that also you sort of a loner, you have a loud mouth. Again, going back to, I guess, Disco Elysium, as you obviously, if you play that game, as you make decision, your um, your character, or does change based on the view they hold as you get to know yourself. And so, in Rue Valley, there is a time loop feature. I guess that's what makes it different than others, and also there's no combat. And so we'll figure out what it is, what it's about. But I do know, when I checked it out on the Steam page, there was something that the writers had noted, something about mental health. They had teamed up with, I think it's called Movember, which is, I think, like a research about mental health. And so I'm assuming there's some sort of mental health aspect to the game itself, which is, I think, pretty cool. I'm saying that because I have a mental health background. And so we'll see what the game's about, and where I fall with it, whether I agree with the review it has gotten. We'll jump right in now into the game and figure what's happening with this game and why it has such a mixed review. Okay, I guess this is character creation. So I get to decide my personality. So I get... Wait, I can't count right now. 2, 4, 9 points? Such an odd number of points. Okay. Let's just be clean 10 points. Okay, so I have resolute, introverted, mindful, and then on the opposite of each side, impulsive versus calculated, introverted versus averted, sensitive versus indifferent. And I have to assign all personality points to proceed. Okay, and then so right now I'm neither. I'm just like resolute. You feel neither calculated nor impulsive, but alert and confident. If only you could stay in this state of perfect focus. I don't think anybody is in that state at all time. So what I'm gonna do is whenever days come, which is the same way I play Disco, it was easier for me to play as myself versus as someone else. I'm never in this category. I don't know what this means. Impulsive. I'm never impulsive. So I and I don't like. How does this work? So if I put a point here, this means you wouldn't really call yourself calculated. You just prefer to think before you act. That's true. Does that mean I'm paranoid? Yes, you're somewhat calculated, but what's wrong with finding patterns and recognizing connections? Why would that equal paranoid? And then I can switch to be indecisive. I feel like, but I'm not paranoid. I don't know if I prefer indecisive over paranoid, but I'm leaning more toward calculated versus. I'm sure that's gonna have obviously impact over my character. Hopefully, I'm not shooting myself in the foot right here. Okay, now social. Do I want to be more extroverted or introverted? Real life, I feel like I've become more extroverted, but I don't like this trait. You're neither introverted or nor extroverted, and you feel equally fine completely alone as you do surrounded by a huge crowd of people. If I put a point and being barely introverted, you're fine with socializing most of the time, but communication does leave you exhausted sometimes. I feel like in these type of games sometimes being a bit social is better for you. This typically lands you in like hot water or makes it more difficult for you to get through some conversation. But I don't like the arrogant trait. I really hate that. I think I prefer nosy. You're somewhat extroverted. You often actively seek ways to prolong conversation more than strictly necessary. I honestly dislike these things. Like, just get to the point, let's get to it, and then let's move on. So I'm typically here, but I'm gonna go against what I typically do. So I'm gonna go towards social, and then emotional. Um, oh, I don't like either of these. So I think I'm gonna lean towards here, but I don't like unkind. I'm gonna put 2 points. I prefer cynical over unkind. Being a somewhat indifferent person means you realize that emotion exists, but you usually ignore them. But if I put one more, you're quite indifferent, and you've been told that you act like you're divorced from an emotion, but you never really thought of yourself as a cold, uncaring person. I need to have 2 more points. I think I just have to, but I can't. Yeah, I can't switch. I just have to put more on this end, unfortunately. You know you're pretty calculated. You're often overthinking stuff and are generally very cautious. Yes, you're quite extroverted, but not to the extent that leaves people nonplussed. Plus, it's more of a plus a plus three to be precise. But oh gosh, is I would have exhausted by this character. I don't like this, but I don't want to be paranoid. I feel like that's hmm. This character feels complicated to say the least. He needs therapy. Okay, I'll leave it as that. We'll see what happens. I'll probably regret my decisions. Is in a therapy session? Okay. I'll have to read. Gosh. The frenetic sound of a century-old clock nudges you back to the present. Dull air perfectly complements the image of the old room. In a motel. Am I wrong? I feel like this looks like a therapy or something. The lack of motivation. Not that you don't want to do all sort of things, more like you lack the capacity to even initiate most of them. What is left of you is a creature driven by its basic needs and quirks. Limited interactions. So there's like negative things that I have to like get through or something. Because yeah, it's a status effect. Probably gonna prevent me from doing certain things. So right now I'm sort of indecisive. Well, now let's not make any rash decisions. We should look at it from the other side as well. Ooh, that's already unpleasant. Your social creature being interested in other people's lives just proves you're not self-centered. I think you're just being nosy. Cynical, you're not the problem. The world is short of unsincerity, long on self-interest, period. I think these two contradict each other. Right.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
I think with the amount of reading I have to do, it's gonna be hard to keep it under 30 minutes. Okay. Traits. Your personality traits determine your dialogue options. Some option will only be available if you have a certain trait, while others might be blocked by that same trait. Remember, traits are neither good nor bad. They are a crucial part of role-playing a character with a real personality. Yeah. Okay, I can nod. Yes, you have my full attention. I sort of that. What was that again? I'm gonna lie. Already be non-responsive. If I say that, that means that I'm not.
Mr. Harrow, I'm aware of a slight lack of motivation that you may be experiencing right now.
Clearly. Status effect. You have a negative impact on your personality and dialogue options. I already guessed that. Cool. Slight lack of motivation. More like total lack of motivation. Yeah. You'd rather stay in bed all day instead of attending this farce they call therapy in the middle of nowhere. So he's attending therapy in a motel room. Is that like my inner dialogue, like a monologue? Like, okay.
And we'll surely be coming back to this condition of yours later during our sessions.
Personality. Your personality is represented in this part of the screen. It shows your personality axis that you define during character creation, as well as the trait that you chose. Select a trait to see what it is and what it does.
But for now, I just want you to acknowledge its existence and try to stay aware of it at all times, if possible.
Cool. Silence befalls through. A muffled clanking sound from outside, only making the moment more uncomfortable. This is, I can't lie because it's but by cynical. I'm fine.
That's good to hear. Now, in order to keep us focused, I always limit the session length to exactly 1 hour, hence the alarm.
Did we hear an alarm?
However, since this is your first session, I'll allow a few questions, if there's anything.
I hear the alarm. You simply state that I am fine so we can both move on. That's never a good option to say. Is there another session? Is another session really necessary? I was hoping this will be that's also wrong to say. Why do we have to do this here in the middle of nowhere? No, let's just get out.
All right then. That's it for today.
Through the door, you hear that sound again.
You should go and check in at the office. Your room is probably ready by now.
Cool. Just check out the room, bro. Next to you is the source of the clangs you heard from inside. A young woman beating up an old vending machine.
Give me my coffee, you jerk!
And that's gonna make it. So Purse tries to run. Cool.
Spit it out already! already.
And oh, I can use. Okay, I talk to her.
Come on, you thief.
She's pounding the life out of the poor machine. Could she be here for therapy as well? Observe her action closely, because I'm nosy. She's completely focused on the ancient machine and mumbling something under her breath. From time to time, though, a grunt or a few words are loudly enough to make out.
I'll break you open if I have to.
Who knows? But unlike you, she definitely looks like she needs it. Poor woman, should consult with a real professional, not a charlatan like Dr. Fink. Nobody needs to be sent away from their home to this dump regardless of their mental state. I don't want to call him a charlatan. And yet, what it is to be done with lunatics like her, let them rage around freely, yelling and kicking vending machine wherever they go. Well, if they're breaking the law, they should be sent to prison, obviously. There must be a better way to help a distressed person. Perhaps you could speak with her, see if you could help them. This is blocked because I'm not motivated, so I'm gonna leave.
Give me my coffee, you jerk.
She's gonna just like spend the entire that.
Spit it out already.
Like when I click on something, I have to like wait for him to interact with it before I move on. I'm burning inside day and night. Bring me the hose to turn me into a landslide. Feel only you can provide. I don't know. Amazing. So remember that ridiculous summer hit from a few years back. They're coming in.
I'll break you open if I have to.
Sure. Plastic bottles, some empty others half empty, a partially eaten breakfast, some old clothes, torn and faded, all covered in a mixture of grease and spoiled orange soda. Amid this murky pool, you catch a glimpse of your own face. I can stomp on my image, smudge your reflection with my foot, or just walk away. That seems a bit violent. Do I like hit myself? Smudge it. Not do anything. 100 of tiny ripples form in the puddle, but instead of obscuring your identity, even more details of your face emerge. Decades worth of new wrinkles appear, and the poignant expression of a man lost in time becomes even more apparent. The longer you look, the more you see it, the reflection of your inner self. That's not what's inside of me. Defiantly step into the puddle and unto yourself. I don't need to look at this. Ignore the metaphor and just walk away. Not ignore the metaphor and walk. We don't need all this. I don't know what this man is dealing with. I don't need all this crap. I won't read everything out loud. If only you had known what this place had in store, you would have had stepped on the gas and never looked back. Driving straight back to all the problems and messes you've been dodging, back to square one, let's be honest. So he's running potentially away from something. Was he court ordered, I'm assuming, to attend therapy? Since he didn't want to be here? We were told to head to stuff. The colors have been bleached by the sun, but you can still make out the image of an orange setting sun as well as the words Rue Valley written above the illustration. Technically, it's Rue, but that's fine. The picture is quite detailed, but the colors have been obliterated by the sun, making it impossible to discern the main subject, let alone the finer details. It's a lot. How did it take so long, honestly? Squint your eyes and try to make sense of the confusing shapes, but everything seemed blurred and distorted. However, as you keep looking, you finally start to see a magnificent stage, a ballerina dancing gracefully, a lively group of musicians, and an audience dressed in formal attire. At the stage. The stage is adorned with elegant curtains, and strange chandelier is hanging from the edge of the poster. The ballerina wearing a tutu stands in the center of the poster, a point with her arms gracefully extended above her head, almost like she's waving to you. The varnished wood of the violins is reflecting the orange hues of the setting sun, the curved bodies of cellos stand tall and proud, and the trumpet player holds his instrument with arched back, his silhouette reminiscent of a tree struck by lightning. The men appear to be dressed in tuxedos, the men in elegant evening gowns. They seem to be fixated on the stage, their overly stylized faces seemingly expressing a range of emotions from awe to excitement. How did a poster from such a highbrow event end up on a wall of a rundown motel in the middle of nowhere? Something is odd here. Okay, still can't do anything because I have no motivation to do anything in life apparently. I think he should have just gone to sleep. Okay. How does it feel now? Has it grown bigger or is it finally starting to shrink? Okay. That's hopeful. Get the temperature of the word no is glowing faintly brighter even though it's switched off. Maybe it's worth thinking about exploring a little deeper. Then again, it's just a sign, an ugly one that not everything has to be about you. I feel like this is probably me jumping. I don't want the reviews I've read, you know, have any impact on my. I never let that have any impact on my experience in the game. But I feel like there was a Reddit, a whole Reddit thread. There's someone's comment which jumped at me about how like the writing tried to be a bit like clever, like Disco was, and
Yes, Rue Valley Motel. Our Coral Destiny internet antenna is down.
I don't interrupt this scene. All the attention of the girl behind the counter is occupied by the ongoing phone call.
No, the repair tech already came yesterday. Said the internet will be up by noon today.
Try to get your attention. There's a. Couldn't I just like hit that? I feel like I shouldn't have felt that. Literally, just hit the bell. Okay, it's easy. Just be loud enough, and she won't be able to ignore you. He could have waved. Hi, I need to get into my room. Ring the bell and smile. Yeah, just do that. Turns towards you, clearly annoyed by the bell. That's not my problem, though.
Please sit down, sir. I will be with you in a moment.
I'm nosy. I'm gonna eavesdrop. Out of curiosity, you lean closer and pick up your ears, hoping you'll catch what the other person is saying too. Alas, what little you manage to comprehend is the unmistakable drone of customer support, their bored soul thinly veiled by artificial cheer, uttering platitudes so dull you'll prefer listening to cardboard ghosts. That's Soon, your curiosity is subdued as your attention slowly breaks down, but you still keep mindlessly listening. The option is call for some time.
Yes, I have rebooted the modem.
Internet issue. Killing time. Time in the game does not progress outside of dialogue, so in order to wait until certain events happen, you need to find a way to kill time. Usually, you can do that with various items, interactions around you. For example, reading a book, scrolling through your phone, or just chilling in a cozy chair. Okay. Um, let's picture a huge rocket and a group of people in red jumpsuit cheering. Okay, cut side. Driven in this desert. The caption at the bottom reads, "Free bottle of water for the people of Rue Valley, courtesy of Cool Destiny, your favorite spa agency." I don't think I need the leaflet, do I? Oh, but it said that I need things to kill time, so I'll take it with me, I guess. Inventory items you pick up are presented here. While not in dialogue, you can select them and interact with them. Also, some items will show more information on their icon, for example, availability of internet connection on your phone or or battery level. I don't know why I couldn't speak there. So currently, we're not connected on the internet. The clerk is later so focused on her call, and she doesn't even notice you grab the pen. And if you wanted to snatch your attention as well, you failed. Okay. Cool. Leave. Is there anything else around here I can interact with? But yeah, to my original point,
Of course it's urgent. Our guests don't have Wi-Fi. The credit card machines are dead.
every time I
Can't
tried,
access
I attempt to
reservations.
talk. This character jumps right back.
Listen, I know what I'm talking about. Your repair tech said it was fixed. Can you just...
I'm gonna ignore her. What's this happening?
I don't want a customer satisfaction survey. I want the internet.
But yeah, I feel like in Disco, not again, I don't want to compare, it's just something again the internet has been doing with this game, because I feel like Disco left such an impression on everyone. I mean, who can you blame? There hasn't been a game like it since then. But there and Disco, when you interacted with a lot of different things, or similar to like when we interacted with the motel sign, and or the puddle, there was like conversation, sort of an introspective conversation, went deeper, if that makes sense. And typically you would get a revelation about yourself or learn something that could lead to some sort of like character personality change, or you gain a skill point, that sort of thing. So far, not to say that's not gonna happen, right? Later in this game, but so far it's been a little bit superficial. That hasn't gone too far. Maybe again we just started playing. It might just be leading to that. I wish it could go a little bit further, and it seems to take itself a little bit more serious than Disco. There is some reference to a little bit of jokes here and there, but it has a more serious tone, if that makes sense. This character seems more serious. So far, I feel like. Okay. Oh, that's the way to pass the time, I guess. Yeah, let's just pass the time. It's something I do actually, just at the window. Okay, she's still gonna about this internet. And then you notice small patches of green hidden in the sand. It seems there's always something to be found in nothingness. nothingness if you stare at it long enough. If nothingness is nothingness just an illusion, emptiness but a result of failure to find those little somethings hidden deep inside? Is it possible to find something even inside the most hollow thing? Only by observing it over and over again until something eventually appears? The possibility unsettles you, but at the same time, your mind seems to lock itself down, unable or unwilling to continue. Why? So you stay in this clench, unwilling to discard the thought, but unable to proceed. Why though? Okay, I guess that was the time enough. She is still on this
Yes, your
phone.
colleagues already suggested I reboot the modem.
I know millions of people have had a call like this. At what point do you realize that the person on the other side of the phone is not going to be able to help you fix your internet and that you need to actually just hang up that phone and probably go ahead into that store yourself and speak with someone else in person, or just call again to get someone else on the phone and not the person you just spoke with. Let's try to spend the time in a different way. We do have a phone. Sit down. We can wait patiently. We can mess with our phone. We can check out the leaflet. Let's check out the leaflet. Maybe there's like more information we haven't. Oh, if we weren't so lacking in motivation, we could have flown into an airplane and sent it flying. That could have been cool to see. I'll read it into oblivion. See what facts we could read. Okay. Nothing interesting. Okay. I won't read everything out loud just because again, there's a lot of text to read out loud here. Lucky of a small piece of literature. I don't know how much of this information that we're getting is helpful, will be helpful to our gameplay eventually. Completely free of charge. Delivered regularly and held to the highest quality of standards. Our water. Why is there so much about this free water? Keep reading. Can I go, if I go back, what happens? Nope, nothing. Try to share resources. Writing again. Is there clean water? Let's just be cynical about this. How do we get rid of this status?
Physical
Oh my
antenna.
God.
Yes. On the roof.
He is Anna. You can play a match of hyper casual protagonists. You can scroll through our feed to kill some time. Play a game. I don't know which game. Until I will hurt call. Doesn't look like he's playing though. Oh, sorry. Tap the one carrying a gold fork and instantly turns into an amorphous purple splotch. A matching splotching sound effect plays at the same time, further confirming that the bow tie wearing golden fork carrying antagonist is no more. Okay, I guess I'm supposed to squash them all. Jeez. Literally, the sun is going down. Still haven't checked into the hotel. Or motel. The absurdity of this game, and while your fingers roam endlessly, a group of tiny gather near the piled boxes at the bottom of the screen. Top the piled boxes. Okay. With a monocle and pocket watch enters the play area. Ignore the vigilance, keep squashing them. I don't know. Tip of your finger slips and you almost drop your phone. You look at the screen after your heart almost skips a bit and see that the whole screen is taken up by bold fat letters saying temporal disruption. What the hell's going on? The whole screen is frozen. Okay. Nothing happens. It's gone. Continue to antagonize all the power boxes. We get the chance to do anything. The whole phone fades black. Out of the blackness, the disappointing red letters appear. Antagonist defeated. Okay.
Misheard? No, she said Sunday noon. I wrote it down. I'm not... Sunday or later. That's... No. This is such a waste of time.
Clearly.
Oh, I'm so sorry for the wait. That was a super important call and I had to take it right now. There was literally no other way. Hopefully you didn't mind waiting.
Stop talking.
Well, it was, you know, a super important call. All right then, let's get you into your room. So, number 6. That's the last one on the second floor. Everything's ready for you. And this is your key card.
Oh no. Does she want to say something? Okay. Clearly. This and I mean she wants to say something. It might be something important. So I'll wait for her. She might say something.
Oh, I see you're confused by this. You were expecting an old-fashioned key, weren't you?
No, I had no expectation. No.
Well, we decided to modernize for a number of reasons.
Okay.
Actually, one reason, to be perfectly honest, the guests just kept on losing their keys. It was exhausting, and my dad didn't like the cost of replacing so many locks. Yeah, he bought it from the previous owner when she realized she'd had enough of Rue Valley, you know. So, yes, we decided to use electronic key cards. Cost us a lot to implement, but now when a guest loses their key, we only need to replace a piece of programmable plastic. How great is that? It makes my life so much easier.
What was that ring? Oh, her phone. Immediately grabs the phone, smiles. Okay.
So, here's your key card, and I'll need your signature here.
I'm gonna duck him on the counter.
Thank you. I'm here if you need anything. And
Wow. How long did that take? The sun went down, guys. Wow. Just to check in. That is great. My name is 50s opens the door. No problem. These are not interactive. Okay. And my room is, oh, that's my room. Why would I try to knock? Clearly it's locked. I'm only in her room. Oh my gosh. Is anything? Those. What are those? The clock. What are those? A list of rules you can't be bothered with right now. Again, I'm like so unmotivated. Hundreds of strangers have slept in this bed, leaving behind flakes of dead skin. It's gross. Still, you can't wait to jump into the sheets and contribute to the collection. Unfortunately, between you and the object of your desire, on the folded sheets lies a dusty suitcase. Your suitcase, the smallest one you own. I can't open the suitcase. That's the problem right now, isn't it? Yeah, it's such a chore, but the more you prolong it, the worse it will get. If you don't unpack it now, it will feel ever harder and more pointless to do it later. Step by step, the simple act of unpacking will become an insurmountable burden, and even thinking about it will make you feel weak and powerless. Do you really want to crawl back in that deep black pit? Uh, yeah, I'll just unpack it. Why did it have to be such a dramatic thing? There's not much in the suitcase: spare clothes, a phone charger, a toothbrush, and a couple of other items. You really weren't planning on staying here long. Well, you better see if they have laundry facilities sessions, Dr. Fink said. Days or weeks, months even. Decisional check and decisive. No, just get on with it, dude. Just get on with it. There you go, clean bed. You plug in your phone charger above the bedside cabinet. Right there, I guess. Put your spare clothes in the closet, your slippers next to your bed, your toothbrush and a clip under the bathroom mirror. And now that the suitcase has been dealt with, this motel room is officially your home. It is now, whether you like it or not. I don't think it's home. It's a place to be. That toilet's so gross though. Okay. Else we can interact with. There's so many dark patches that this can barely be called a mirror. Small cup holds your implements of oral hygiene. Brush your teeth, look at the mirror, leave. Look at the mirror. The mirror's splotches make interesting patterns on your face. They conceal a dark circle here, a mole there, a patch of wrinkles. I know that face too well, no need to discern every little detail. Truth be told, you prefer not to look at it. He doesn't like himself. You grab the toothbrush from the cup. I want my toothbrush first, so I'm gonna do that. As soon as you turn on the tap, a horrible smell fills your nostrils. Oh, oh gosh, it's like there's a plumbing issue in hell, and all of that blocked sewage is feeding directly into this faucet. Is that why this pamphlet was talking about water so much, and that they were saying they would give me free bottled water and that they buy a community and all that crap? Then you see the water streaming out of the tap. It's a robust shade of jet black mixed with chunks of silt. What happened? No, dude. No, we're not brushing your teeth. What do you mean? Leave. Crazy? No, let's just get to bed, I guess. Fall into bed. Fall into bed. Oh, he actually just like looked and fell into bed. Skin particle. Did they have to write it like that? As soon as your head touches the rough pillow through left foot. Oh, no. Tiredness overwhelms you. Coming to this nowhere motel to attend therapy you don't need has drained you physically and mentally. You're desperate to get some sleep, yet after weeks of wakeful nights, you know it won't come that easily. That easy. Does he have insomnia? Close your eyes and hope sleep will come. It's always better to just get on with it. Um, I telling you right now, if I'm trying to sleep and someone calls me, that's not happening. Yeah. Yeah, let's go back. I'm not interested to even know who's calling. As your mind begins to drift, reality fades away. For a precious moment, there's only darkness and silence, but your mind refuses to calm down. Soon your thoughts start facing each other in circles. Oh. Mind map. Memories. This is your mind map. It is a representation of all the memories you have and how they are connected. When a new memory is available, you can recall it by selecting and activating it. Once the memory is activated, it can open dialogue choices in relation to that memory. Cool. Her name is Robin Fleming. From the blur of half-formed memories and impressions, an image of the receptionist emerges. You're desperately trying to catch her attention, but she's completely engrossed in the ongoing phone call, ringing the door. Okay, so this is like what happened, what you remember happened. Someone else. So not a good impression of her currently. This is you hear a familiar sound. It's your annoying ringtone, and the one you promised yourself you would change ages ago. You put it on silence. So that's what I just did. Now, why would anyone answer a call from an unknown number? I didn't know it was unknown. I didn't even look at it. So I guess it was unknown. Gideon Fink. Gideon? Yeah, Gideon Fink. That's the doctor's name. Out of the swirling images, the bushy eyebrows of your new psychotherapist. So it's a psychotherapist. Emerge, bouncing up and down as it talks.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
Oh, the echo. God, of my decision. Conserving your words or hiding the fact that you just don't have any? But it's the latter. So this is survive the first session with your psychotherapist, Dr. Gideon Fink. Despite your effort to act normal, it seems he plans to keep you here for some time. And we have another one. This was a young woman who was like using the vending machine as a punching bag. Okay. We didn't ignore her though. We tried to talk to her, but we're so unmotivated that we did not try to talk to her. Or we couldn't talk to her. It is what it is. You have nothing to say, nothing to do, just the bare minimum. We wanted to help her, but we couldn't. As your consciousness keeps spinning around the carousel of recent experiences warps into a single suspended between sleep and waking. Oh, there was one more. Didn't allow me to interact with it. You find yourself staring at the smallest suitcase you own, perch at Rumpel motel sheets. Everything is packed, clothes, phone charger, toothbrush, and a couple other items. Are you ready to go home? As you reach for the handle, you notice a toothless gap, as if the suitcase forgot to excel. Then the gap widens just a little, and something shifts inside. The suitcase jerks. Just fully multi-latch. Let's go already. Lift the suitcase. Better. Should it tie first? Yeah. What if it just like opens up? But the suitcase feels too alive with a loud hiss. The seam splits and a snake's head appears. Lidless eyes fix on yours. Then more hisses follow and more snakes emerge, liquid as death and cold as oil. Their bodies twist into knots, ready to spill all over the sweaty sheets. You slam the lid down, the latch snaps shut, silencing the hisses for now. Got to get rid of the suitcase. Let's shove it under the bed and get out of here. I need to check it out. Let's bring the suitcase along. Nobody will notice. Why would I bring a suitcase full of snakes along with me? What? No. No, dude. We ain't doing that. Out of sight, out of mind, as you descend the stairs, midway, it picks your neck with sweat and you think of everything you left inside the suitcase. Just clothes, phone charger, toothbrush, and a couple of other items. You enter the reception area, no one's here, and even the AC is turned off. The air is hostile and heavy. Can't wait here, it's too hot. Yes. Oh, sorry. On a desk, a stack of pristine checkout forms. It's beside a pen. Perhaps you can just do it yourself. Yes, let's get this over with. Fill out the form. Name, date of birth, length of stay, but a single mischievous drop of ink escapes the pen and begins swelling into a blot, a puddle, a pond spreading across the form as sweat spreads across your shirt. I need to write faster. Snatch another. I'll just snatch another form and start over. You slap the new form over the old one. The blot seeps upward. Your sweat drips downward. Dude, you should have moved over the old form before you grab the new form. Like, use your brain. The paper becomes a battleground of stains. Your tongue feels swollen. Your throat dry. It's no use. Just keep writing. You write all the words in black on a complete black paper and sign it in black. Not your fault, after all. You did what you could. Now it's time to leave and find something to drink. Get out already. If we're like, I'm must have been dreaming, but if we are in the lobby, it's in the vending machine outside that has like free water or something. The parking lot shimmers and the heat has false stuff underfoot. Across it, the vending machine, oh, there you go, glows like a mirage. It's glass fogged with condensation. Insert coin, press the button. The machine hums like light flickering, but no bottle comes out. Insert coin, press the button. You drop another coin, clink, press, hum. Still nothing. Insert coin, press the button. The world narrows to the clink of metal, the press of your finger, the machine's empty. Whatever, hum thing. Maybe this time it'll work. I'm assuming it doesn't work, and you're now stuck. There was like a... I wish I could go back to see that last one I couldn't click on. The checkout. Dream. You try to leave this damn motel and all that therapy nonsense behind, but everything kept falling apart. Able to recall. Not enough willpower. Don't worry, it wasn't even a real memory. Yet it's an echo of my past, but it is an embodiment of my feelings. It's a prophecy. I think it's an embodiment of my feelings. Feel stuck or something. More like random neural activity in your brain. Synapses sparking from nothing. An embodiment of my feelings. That's a description right there. Let's forget about it. I just know it's important. It didn't feel random at all. I'm just gonna say I just know it's important. Could be, but are you strong enough to remember it? Brave enough to confront it? Well, that's block. I'm still not motivated. I have yet to meet someone who's this lack of motivation. Whoa. Someone crashed. Okay, we heard that. We all heard that. I don't have to read it. So status effects modifiers. Some status effect can have a greater impact on your personality, like this. Thirsty, for example, nudges you just 1 point toward the impulsive side, but some other status effects have a much greater influence, in some cases drastically change the personality you defined and character create. Okay, smell of dust. So I'm currently thirsty. I need water. It was foolish to hope you'll fall asleep. I need to find water. We're not gonna go to the sink. We know where to get water because the pamphlet told us again that I thought, oh, but we heard the crash already. Okay. I don't know. Okay.
Come on, start, you piece of shit.
Is it the crash that like that woke us up? Like it? Yeah, that's what we heard. Come to think of it, could it be that's exactly what he's trying to do? I'd rather not think about it right now. We need water. Yeah, let's find some water. Light is on. His lights on. Can I just go? Oh gosh. Was not expecting that. You jump as if someone jabbed in the stomach. Jabbed you in the stomach. For a split second, the whole world was exploding, but it was just a thunderclap, the loudest one you ever witnessed. I could be cynical. Never a dull moment here. I'm gonna be cynical. I'm a cynical person. Your mind says it's nothing, but your heart is still racing from the sudden shock. Yeah. Okay. We need water. So, we need water. It reads drinking water for the people of Rue Valley, free of charge, courtesy of Cruel Destiny. Yeah. Because again, the pamphlet, remember? That free water. Okay. We found a water. And we can drink our water. We're no longer thirsty, guys. Oh, I can't do anything. Suddenly, the night sky turns blood red, and you feel an infinite scream passing through everything. Unbearable anxiety washes over you. Get away, hide. No, I don't think I can get away anywhere. You can't hide from the whole sky on fire any better than you can from your own past. Okay, just take it in. I guess there's no way to run, honestly. Your eyelids connect and darkness greets you for a mere second, but as always, the carousel of suffering starts spinning immediately. How do I stop it? How do I let go of it? How do I let go of it? That's easy, simply let go of yourself. Oh, why is she here? No, I was expecting the answer. But if the train disappear? No, instead the fiery sky begins burning its way through the darkness, cutting several straight, narrow slits into your closed eyelids. Open your eyes and try to calm down. I'm too anxious. Well then, keep craving, keep clinging, keep suffering. I have no choice. Yeah, I'm too anxious. Am I like back to day one or something?
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
And now I have to. Surely that's something pleasant to think of. Instead of this bushy eyebrowed psychotherapist and his lame excuse for therapy. Think of something tasty, interesting, sexy. If I'm anxious, it has to be something soothing.
Mr. Harrow, can you hear me?
Yes.
It's all right.
Pause this for a
I'm
moment.
aware that you may be experiencing a slight lack of motivation right now.
You think?
We'll surely be coming back to this condition of yours.
Lack of motivation, that's the least of your worries, while your mind is filled with this crushing, overwhelming sense of impending. Wait, did you hear that? A muffled sound of metallic clanging from the outside diverts your frail attention. For some unknown reason, your heartbeat accelerates and cold sweats appears in
At
your
all
heart.
times, if possible.
The doctor finishes, apparently expecting some sort of answer from you.
That's good to hear. Now, in order to keep us focused, I always limit the session length to exactly 1 hour, hence the alarm. However, since this is your first session...
Half minutes and gives you a concerned look.
Mr. Harrow, you're shaking. Are you feeling unwell?
Well, you endured the whole session stoically so far, but this one moment of anxiety, it could completely ruin your chances of being sent back home anytime soon. Emotional check. Try and act like the stable, well-adjusted person that you are. Seeing that we have like 2 of those negative status effect, I don't know. Oh, because I'm indifferent. Yeah, I have no emotions apparently. There is no denying you're upset, and the doctor has noticed it already. Best to be honest about it. I think I'm gonna say I just started feeling very anxious all of a sudden. Yeah.
That's understandable. Sometimes anxiety seems to appear out of nowhere, which can be quite frightening.
I want to get rid of that though.
But even though the experience is not pleasant at all, you should always keep in mind that it is a completely normal emotion, and as such, it will eventually pass.
He's like, stop shaking.
And may I add, your willingness and strength to identify and communicate your inner state is very commendable. Trying to understand our feelings is always a good idea, and very often a necessary step in the process of getting better.
He pauses for a moment.
May I ask, how is your sleep these days?
Not good.
I guessed so.
I'm going to inspect the dark circles under your eyes.
If you happen to have trouble falling asleep tonight,
he opened his hand, revealing a single purple pill lying on his palm. There's no reflection in his glasses. Above them is a pair of bushy eyebrows. Reach for the pill.
Remember, what I'm giving you is a mild, non-prescription herbal hypnotic drug. Nothing more.
The purple pill.
Hopefully it'll help you calm down and get some rest tonight. We'll continue tomorrow. All right then. Now you only need to pick up the key card for your room. And I'll call the receptionist to make sure everything is in order. Sounds good?
Okay, now we have a purple pill. I'm assuming he mentioned that it calms me down. I'm gonna assume that might end up taking out my anxious apprehension status effect and maybe help me go to sleep instead of being because I have insomnia. We'll quickly check out his room, and then I think I'm gonna end part 1 there because obviously we experienced the loop. I don't know what the sky thing is, but and then it looks like we go back to 8 a.m. every time.
The exit is behind you. That's the bathroom. Of course.
Why was he reluctant for me to use it? Let's see if the water's the same in here. Oh, Wait, a trouble in disoriented man meets your gaze from the other side of the mirror. He looks exactly like you, but somehow doesn't feel like you. You might have gotten lost in thought for a moment while the doctor was speaking. It couldn't have possibly happened more than a couple of minutes ago, but it feels like an hour has passed since. And then the sound of that old alarm clock awakened you from a daydream you can't remember, and this overwhelming tsunami of dread appeared out of nowhere. Swallow the purple pill with some water. We're not doing that. Nosy. Let's see what the doctor keeps in here. Anxious, apprehension. Splash some water on your face to calm yourself down. Let's be nosy. Toothpaste, a roll of toilet paper, and a bottle of whiskey. Look at the label. Illustration depicts a stoic armored warrior, icicles, clanking to his mustache as he stares blankly to a bottle clutched in his bare, frozen hand. Below the figure, in a purple old-fashioned font, it says Knumb? Knumb? Num? Num night? I don't know. Sour mash? The recipe says stays the same, 40% alcohol, high volume, 80 proof. Take a few sips. Oh, now I'm tipsy. Ooh, not good. I didn't think it would do that. Oh, I didn't know. I could do that, but isn't the water gross though? Yeah, change your mind. We're not doing that. I took some alcohol. Actually, I'm taking some alcohol. My bad. What is that? Oh. We'll ignore it because I'm totally unmotivated. So,
Refreshed yourself? Feeling a bit better now?
not really.
Sorry to hear that. But you will get...
Thanks, bro. Okay. I think we're gonna end here. Oh, it's still going. Yeah, we're gonna end here. I think this was a long part. I just wanted for it to be like half an hour, but I think it went longer. There's a lot of reading. I wish there wasn't so much reading. I guess because there isn't so much action, which I'm guessing it's a lot of like just decision making, and I don't know how often this loop is gonna happen, and how I don't know how I could see how like annoying that could get if I have to go through the same sort of interaction. And hopefully maybe as obviously you probably won't have to do the same thing, and it'll probably get quicker because you know exactly what you need to do. So maybe that's probably the case, but so far it's fine. It's just surface level. You're trying to get to know what's happening. Obviously, as the player, you're trying to get to know what's happening. But at least we encountered the loop. We don't know what's behind the loop. I don't think the character knows there's a loop yet. He's just feeling anxious, and currently we're also tipsy, and we also still lacking motivation. And so we'll end up here, and then yeah, I don't know the next time I will put up part 2 of this one, and I don't know when actually I'll upload this video. So whenever you're watching this, I wish you happy holidays, whichever one you celebrate. I wish you all to have a good time with your families. And so until next time, feel free again, if you enjoyed this video, give us a like and also subscribe to get notified for the next time I upload a video. So see you next time.